Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, well, here we go. Happy Wednesday. Of course, it is hump day. We are now halfway through the work week, and it's been a busy week of weather so far. In fact, that trend will even continue today. More opportunities of rain. The good news is not so much in the way of severe weather, but there could be some heavier rain around. We're going to talk about that. Then some improving weather before, well, our next potent upper-level storm system with some active weather arrives early next week. So again, obviously a lot to talk about as we go over the next few minutes. But there are your rain probabilities. And again, notice how they kind of build and increase as we go through the day here in the Metroplex before we taper them off heading into the evening. I'm also going to be talking about a windy cold front moving through the area today as well. So rainfall totals here, and this is just based off an NEXRAD. This is why you kind of see the little circle showing up, right? That's the NEXRAD sweep, but this is essentially everything combined, what the radar thinks. And I want to draw your attention to our southeastern counties. You can see some locations down there, and even parts of Anderson County picked up nearly 8 inches of rain. Of course, we had the flash flood warnings in effect down there yesterday. Elsewhere, a lot of locations picked up 1 inch to 2 inches. That was pretty common, especially north of Interstate 20. A little more sparse down in our southwestern counties, but the bottom line is over the last couple of days, all of North Texas has seen some rain. And like I mentioned, there's more rain on the way again as we go through the afternoon. The upper level storm system, in fact, the actual area of low pressure, if you look carefully here, it's actually moving over North Texas right now. You can see the counterclockwise spin. So most of the rising motion is going to be ahead of it. There's going to be quite a bit of active weather east in that direction. But locally here in North Texas, on the back side of it, what we call the backwash, which are seen out in the west, that will eventually be moving through the area. And that will continue to enhance as we go through the day. And I would anticipate a pretty decent area of rain moving through. And again, a couple spots could see some heavier rain, especially our eastern counties. But like I mentioned, as we get into this evening, we'll taper it off. We'll clear the skies overnight. And then we have several days of good weather on the way before, again, things become a little dicey again early next week. That area of low pressure, you can see it right there, again, very evidently in the water vapor imagery. This is what we've been waiting on the last couple of days. In fact, since Monday, all the active weather we've had has been because of that right there. But again, that's literally coming down Interstate 20. Right now, it's going to be crossing North Texas as we go through the day. And then eventually, like I mentioned, that improving weather. So not really anticipating severe weather here locally today. Good news with that. Again, some rain, some thunder, some lightning, just kind of general variety Texas thunderstorms. But there is a more enhanced and even a moderate risk of severe weather today. In fact, even could be a bit of a severe weather outbreak over to our east. So again, if you have friends, family, loved ones who live in that direction, again, call them, text them, make sure they understand what's going on. So there goes our storm system. It's pulling away. This is our late weekend weather. You can see that quiet. It's a ridging pattern. But again, it is April after all, and quiet weather typically does not last very long. You can see our next donut hole, upper level storm system. That's going to be approaching. And like I mentioned, that does come through the area the way it looks this upcoming Monday. So there goes our rain opportunity. Again, you can see as we go through the day, even the evening commute, again, could be wet. So keep that in mind. We get into the evening, we begin to clear the skies. We clear them completely overnight. And then, well, we're talking about the sun returning and essentially dry conditions as we go through tomorrow, Thursday, and even into Friday as well. So rainfall projections, again, this is just additional rain today. Again, some locations, a quarter, half, maybe 1 inch of rain. Some locations in our eastern counties, though, could easily pick up over 1 inch of rain. This will be the other thing. Again, late this afternoon, we've got a windy cold front moving through. Winds are going to crank from the northwest. And in fact, locally here in the Metroplex, late afternoon into the evening, 35 to maybe even some 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So keep that in mind. Temperatures will be dropping behind the front as well. So mid-upper 60s dropping into the lower 60s by late afternoon. And then you can see heading into the evening, temperatures through the 50s, but it's going to be all about that wind. And again, we're going to taper off that rain probability quickly into the evening. So kind of a chillier night, some 40s and again some 50s around the area. We rebound the temperatures tomorrow back into the lower 70s. A lot of bright sunshine as we go through tomorrow. Like I mentioned, Thursday, Friday, even into the weekend looking good. And here comes that next upper level storm system next week, bringing more active weather back to the area. More coming up.